Retention Gang, Semen Retention Gang. What's good with y'all, man? It is your boy Ty Underrated back with another video. Now, I hope everybody's staying blessed. I hope everybody's staying strong on this day. I hope we're all overcoming our urges, overcoming our battles. Now, I just want to bring y'all a quick video today, man, because I just want to give y'all some encouragement on this journey and help y'all realize and understand that when you get hit with those urges, when you get hit with those temptations, man, I want you to really understand that it's not your flesh talking to you. You hear a lot of people on the retention community say, you got to conquer your flesh, you got to conquer your desires and whatnot. And that is true to a certain extent. But if that's the case, why is it that you can go 200, 300 days, but yet you still getting those desires coming to you? At that point, your body should have already been fully healed. Your dopamine level should already been balanced. Your receptors, your androgen receptors and all that should already been healed by then. Because what we're dealing with is not a physical battle. And I need y'all to really understand this. The battles we face are spiritual. I said it in the last video and I'm going to say it again. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, rulers of darkness, and high places. We're not fighting a battle that is just purely physical. These battles, these temptations, those voices in your head when you at your moments of weakness, this right here is a spiritual battle that we're facing, you guys. You don't understand. And a lot of people these days, they don't really believe in the spiritual. They don't really have any understanding of the spiritual. We've been so conditioned in society to believe that everything is just so carnal, because that's how they get us on powers that be. That's how they always keep us in that low vibration, that low vibe, because they're constantly feeding us instant gratifications. They're constantly feeding us pleasures. I mean, you go on Instagram, you go on Snap, you even go on YouTube, bro. All they're doing is pushing lust. All they're doing is pushing just sexual morality. It's just sex. Sex sells, unfortunately. But I need you guys to understand that this is not a physical force that's doing this. This is a spiritual power that's causing this to happen. Like I said, everything happens in the spiritual before it manifests in the physical. The powers that be, and I'm talking about the powers you can't see, they're feeding this information into the people who control this whole thing, the people who control this whole system, the people who are in charge to make sure that we stay working, that we stay in a low vibration. They're going and getting this information from the other side, and these things are telling them to keep us in this low vibe. It sounds crazy, but I'm telling you the truth, because you guys have to understand, there's constantly spiritual battles going on. You can't see it with your eyes because we can only see so far, but there's a constant spiritual battle going around us. And when you're constantly feeding those physical pleasures, you're constantly feeding into your pleasures, you're dulling your spiritual senses because you're living in a very low vibration. You can't ascend to the higher level because sexual morality, sex is constantly blocking your mind. That's why sexual sin is one of the highest sins, because you're sinning against yourself. You're going against yourself. And when you go against yourself, you're robbing yourself of that connection to the Most High. And when you connect to the Most High, when you lock into that infinite source, you will have discernment on another level. You'll be able to meet somebody and read their intentions immediately. You'll be able to be out in public and see, who's really real, who's carrying a dark spirit with them, who's carrying negativity with them, who's moving through a positive spirit. You'll be able to look somebody in their eyes and truly see what it is that they're coming with. What spirit are they carrying? And that's why we have to really be careful when we're on this journey, because here's the thing. A lot of people talk about, female attraction, magnetism, but it's a double-edged sword at the same time, because what you're doing is, when you're raising your light, when you're raising, when you're purifying your spirit in the spiritual realm, you stand out like a sore thumb. We live in a very dark time. A lot of people are moving through a lot of dark forces. A lot of people are operating from a dark source. You have a lot of people who are negative. You have a lot of people who are very depressed right now. So a lot of people are operating at a very low vibration already in this modern day society, especially men. There's a lot of women, but preferably men, since that's what I'm directing this to. So when you have a lot of men already moving at a low vibration, moving at a low vibe. The spirit is not right. A lot of young men are not right with the Most High. You know, the demons want this. These evil dark forces, they want that to happen. So in the spiritual realm, it's just nothing but just darkness to them. But when you appear in the spiritual realm, when they see you in the spiritual realm, you stand out like a sore thumb because you're doing what a lot of men are not doing. You're doing what the majority are not doing. And when you raise that light, you show more in the spiritual realm. You appear more in the spiritual realm. That's why we have to stay disciplined. We have to stay strong. We have to have understanding that this is not a physical battle. This is a spiritual battle we're facing. We're facing spiritual oppressor, spiritual opposition. So we have to make sure we stand prayed up. We have to be able to come to more self-awareness and understand what it is that triggers us. Like if you being on Instagram and you knowing that if you're on Instagram, if you keep scrolling, you're gonna accidentally swipe by a chick with a nice ass or something like that. You have to do your due diligence to make sure that you stay off of that, to stay off the app as a whole. You have to do your due diligence to make sure that you're not even on social media as a whole, because you leave yourself open for those doors to be open. All it takes is a seed to be planted into your mind, and then easily those spirits will keep coming in and just continue to grow that seed, which will cause you to eventually relapse. Now, I say all this to say this. Be careful how you're moving out here. Be careful the company you keep. If you're on semen retention and you're experiencing female attraction right now, take it with a grain of salt. Appreciate it, have understanding that, I'm on this journey, so this is going to be a benefit, a byproduct of it. But don't get too lost in it, because I made those mistakes where I went on retention. Girls would start feeling me, I'll start talking to them, but then all I'm doing is just draining myself, and then you got to restart. And then on top of it, a lot of these women these days are harlots. So if you sleeping with a girl because she just attracted to you, and you're not really getting to know her, or you don't know what she's really about, all you're doing is inviting a host of spirits into your life to keep you more bounded, to keep you more in the hole. That's why some men, they get on this journey, they start out real good, real strong, and they end up getting a woman attraction. So they start messing with women, they start saying to themselves, well, I could always just get right back on it. And then eventually it gets to a point where they feel like, dang, I can't get back to that street where I was before, because all you're doing is you're just accumulating more spirits on you, those sexual spirits, and it's just keeping you more bounded. And the devil, he will send these women after you. A lot of people will say, oh, the Most High, he gonna test you and all that. And I won't doubt it that the Most High will test you. But a lot of times Satan is going to send you these women, women that you like, one of your favorite types and all that. I'm talking, she got the curves, she got the gat and all. But all it's doing is distracting you. So I recommend find your purpose. Stay on your purpose. Shut the world off, man. Trust and believe it. There's nothing going on important in the world right now. If you've been paying attention the past 2 years, all it's been is nothing but just drama. Not only that, in the past year, all it's been is the people at the top, those your celebrities, your entertainers, all of them just been getting exposed, man. There's nothing out there on the internet that's going to benefit you spiritually, that's going to benefit you mentally. Stay away from the socials, stay away from the bad crowds. Understand that this is a spiritual battle. Be careful who you're keeping around, because if you get around your friends and they're not walking that same line as you, and you trying to stay away from lust, but yet you around company that's constantly talking about sex, eventually that's going to rub off on you. Eventually that's going to start affecting you. You're going to start talking like it. You're going to engage in those conversations, and all you're doing is feeding that spirit, and then boom, you end up relapsing. Be careful out here, you guys. Make sure y'all stay prayed up, stay blessed, and I hope the Most High favor you. This was just a quick video.